The opinions expressed on this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect those of Cable 14, its sponsors, or its shareholders, Cogeco Cable, Shaw Cable, and Source Cable Limited.
Welcome to another episode of Our City. I'm your host, Martinus Geleynse. I'm thrilled to be back after a short hiatus after Thanksgiving Day weekend. We're back in studio today. We have Queen Cee joining us from the Be-You-tiful Girls Club. And I say it like that because it is actually divided if you look at the bottom of the screen right now. Queen, explain to us, what is the Be-You-tiful Girls Club?
Well, the Be-You-tiful Girls Club is an initiative that I started about 5 years ago, and it's about empowering girls and building self-esteem and using creativity in the arts to encourage them to get involved in different facets of the arts, their community, school, and building self-esteem and just allowing them to realize that so many things are attainable to them.
And how many girls would you say are currently involved with the club?
With our club, it kind of varies. We have a core group of girls who keep coming back. We have some that maybe only come to certain events, and there's some that we've only seen maybe once or twice. But the fact is that even if they come once or twice, the fact is that they got to experience what we have to offer them, and you never know, they may take that with them and engage later on in something that they feel that maybe they want to get into when they get older, or maybe just whatever seeds that we have planted in regards to self-esteem and empowerment, they've taken it to their friends or their school and have done something on their own.
So why is it then that it's so important to empower young women? What is it specifically that requires us to do that, you see in Hamilton?
I think what I've noticed so far, especially within the community of Hamilton, there's been so much support, especially when it comes to the empowerment of girls, and it's continued to grow, and people are starting to realize that the self-esteem issue that we have right now with girls, especially being that Hamilton is so multicultural, it kind of goes beyond just gender. It also seeps into the cultural and the social and the economical backgrounds of these girls, and there's so many outlets for them, and I really wanted to be able to give another outlet for girls to be able to go to, especially when it comes to cultures and ethnicity. Some other cultures don't feel comfortable going to maybe other rec centers or other outlets that are out there. So if I can create another one where maybe, especially because multiculturalism is a strong focus with what we do, they feel that they're comfortable coming here. They may see someone else who is like them, so they feel comfortable coming. And what we really try to do is build a sisterhood with these girls.
And coming up now, I understand, we have the B-Girl Awards. So what are the B-Girl Awards?
Well, the B-Girl Awards are what we started last year. It was actually last year was our red carpet event for the premiere of our Love and Believe in Me music video and song, which was another project we did with girls in the community. And it recognizes girls in our community and their families and schools for things that they may not necessarily think need recognition. It could be the simplest thing as a child coming from a single parent home who takes care of their siblings, a student who has overcome obstacles, mental, social, or physical disabilities, academics, sports, someone who's really creative and really keeps that to themselves, but someone who you want them to be recognized for all the wonderful things that they do. And Justice happens to be one of our recipients of our academic award last year.
Now, Justice is actually here in studio with us. How are you doing?
Hi.
Feeling good?
How are you?
Good. So now, explain to us, you enjoy the Be-You-tiful Girls Club?
Yes, I do. I like the fact that it brings a lot of girls together to just have fun and express ourselves. Excellent.
And you yourself, do you feel empowered by this club?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, and why is empowerment important for girls?
Because girls, their self-esteem is a bit lower based on what is projected by the media. And what they say in the media is that basically guys are supposed to be strong and girls just need to take care of them, and it's okay for them to be weak. Well, it's okay for all of us to be weak, but they expect us to be weak.
Right, and I guess that's the crucial difference. So now, Queen, if we want to support the Be-You-tiful Girls Club, or we want to get involved with the B-Girl Awards, I understand, first of all, nominations are open for the B-Girl Awards?
Yep. Nominations are open. Nominate any girl in the community, someone in your home, someone in your school. Friends can nominate friends. And we also encourage girls to nominate themselves. We've had a couple girls who felt that they were excellent in a certain category, so they nominated themselves. And we really encourage the Hamilton community to nominate girls because they need, aside from family and friends, they need the community support as well.
And now the Be-Girl Awards, how do we attend that, or how do we support that?
Okay, for the Be-Girl Awards, people, they can attend if they go to our website or our Facebook page. They will see all the information there. Family and friends are welcome to attend. Girls are even if they're not nominated, we really encourage them to attend because it's going to be a fun night with DJ and food and giveaways and all that. And we ask for the support from the community and family to also sponsor girls from the community who may not be able to attend the event for whatever reasons, whatever financially or whatever. We have a lot of inner city youth who could really benefit from a night like this, and it's all about them getting to dress up and having a really great time and knowing that this night is for them. So we ask if you can sponsor a few girls, a girl, students from a school. We really ask if you can sponsor tickets for them, or you can even contribute through our Indiegogo and help us to make this an amazing event for them.
Thank you so much to both of you for joining us today. I hope Hamilton indeed does get behind this cause, shows up and supports and empowers the young women of our community. Thank you very much.
We'll
see you in a few minutes. Welcome back to Our City. I'm your host, Martinus Geleynse. In studio with me right now are Paul Vermaat and Raquel Rakovac from the White Star Group. They're here to talk about an exciting new development happening in the West Harbour area of the city of Hamilton. We've had a lot of bad news about the West Harbour over the last 2 years, but these two are here to tell us something very exciting. So Raquel, what are you going to tell us that's so exciting?
Well, Martinus, how much time do you have? So this has been an ongoing battle between ourselves, CN, and the city through the OMB. And it's been over 15 years that we've been going back and forth, but we are happy to say we have finally reached an agreement, and we are looking forward to successfully going through with our development. What we're really looking to do here is to push renewal, and we see that happening all around us in our community through the Vermaat Group projects, through the Whitney Lofts. So we're really looking forward to mirror these same ideas, and we're really excited about pushing this forward. And if you actually want to find out more about the White Star Group, you can visit our website at www.whitestargroup.org, and that gives you the whole breakdown of our saga.
And now this particular project is called the West Harbour Villa at Tiffany Square, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it is. We kind of came up with that development idea because we want to mirror really a village, creating a village outside of Hess, which we're all used to, and create our own village down by the West Harbour with storefronts and beautiful condominiums and really a lifestyle, and also promoting and preserving our artistic community. So we feel like that name really identifies our Hamilton community and mirrors what we're looking to do with the community pushing forward.
So Paul, tell us, describe the location of this project for us, because this is right in the West Harbour, isn't it?
Yeah, it's right in the Barton-Tiffany district is what most people have started referring it to. The 8-story condo will go on Bay Street, but the land actually goes down to the corner of Stewart and Tiffany. So we've got a really interesting topography there to work with. So what we've come up with is an 8-story condo up on the high ground, and then a mixed sort of commercial district right below it, which is Tiffany Square.
And you are, in fact, the designer of this project, correct?
Yeah, I've been working with the White Star Group for the last couple of years now. Because of concerns that CN had, we had to come up with sort of an interesting and sound mitigating type of design. So what we came up with is on the side of the building that actually faces the shunting yard, we have a glass garden atrium which covers the entire side of the building. And it's actually become quite a nice amenity for people who will live in the building. They'll have 12 months of the year will be a temperature controlled garden atrium that they'll look out into.
So we're looking at a brand new commercial residential development complete with condo towers, public art, shops, stores, a whole culture district, and this is right at the foot of Bay Street between the shunting yards where the proposed, just near where the proposed West Harbour Stadium was. So we actually have some images of this, and we're really excited to unveil these very publicly here on Our City. So let's bring the first image up on the screen, and Paul, tell us what we're looking at. That
shot there is the front of the building right along Bay Street. So that's what you'll see as you drive down towards towards Bayfront Park. It's just up from the corner of Stewart and Bay, sort of about halfway between Barton and Stewart. So what you see there will be a couple of shops on the ground floor, and then there's you can just sort of see the atrium starting on the left-hand side or the right-hand side there. And if we go to another image, you'll be able to actually see the atrium that we're talking about right there. And below that, you can see the outdoor patio, but inside that atrium will be temperature controlled all year round. So even in the winter months, people will be able to enjoy the gardens. And then outside, there's the patio areas. They're on a couple different levels. So there'll be patios and restaurants, cafes. And then as you get further down, we'll have retail shops and office space in the commercial area. There's also going to be a sculpture walk that is part of the public bike path that's going to run along Stewart. That's the shot right there. So along Stewart, there will be public art displays and other artistic endeavors going along there. So it's going to be a really nice place for people to come down and enjoy. And currently, this is a wrecking yard, right? I mean, we're looking at an area of land that's right near a very old industrial area, is in need of remediation. So this is quite the change. What prompted the White Star Group to invest in this area? Raquel, perhaps you could take that.
Yes. Well, what prompted us to invest in this area is that we've always had a vision for our community. We've long been developers within the city, and we have the eye to see things that many other people might not see at the time. And we always allocate water to residential, and it's beautiful. We look over at Burlington, we look at Toronto, and they're doing those same things. So when we saw the property, we were really excited about going forward and creating that legacy within Hamilton. It hasn't been done yet, but we're pushing forward to do that. And I think even looking at the images, as you see, the vision is starting to really come together, and we're happy to share that with everyone else because we've had this for so long, and we're looking forward to making that happen, a reality here.
Now, we still have two more images of the inside that we want to show you here. This is the inside of, Paul, is this one of the condo units?
Yeah, as you can see, that's it's going to have absolutely spectacular views. That's one of the nice things about where this property is situated, is that it's so close to Bayfront Park and the waterfront trail. You're going to have the all-day go coming in at the end of James Street in the very near future. So as you can see, the view of the harbor is absolutely spectacular there. And so I think that it's going to be quite a nice addition to the neighborhood down there, especially since you have those amenities so close by. You'll be able to commute then from there. So you'll be able to have those people who are going to want that type of lifestyle, who do commute to Toronto, or empty nesters who are looking to downsize from larger homes and want the same sort of amenities that they currently enjoy.
Now, what stage is this project at? Raquel, perhaps you can kind of explain where. We've seen the renderings. We know the plot of land is there. What's next?
Of course. Well, we are still in the development stages. We have an idea of what we're doing. We really are looking to break down ground by next year. There's still a few little things in the background that need to be worked out with any development project. But we are hopeful for 2013 to be a place where we begin to build and get the ball rolling and making Hamilton the place to be. We really do want to capitalize on our younger generation. I mean, that's really what we're looking to do, is keep them here, give them a reason to stay, and then by preserving the old that are still here as well. And we really do feel like we're creating that kind of environment. So hopefully in 2013 we can all be excited to see this vision come to light.
Well, it's evident Hamilton's skyline is changing, not only downtown, but in the West Harbour. The Whitten Loft is almost complete. This is coming up. It's an exciting time to be in Hamilton. Paul, Raquel, thank you so much for joining us today to talk about this. And for more information, people can check out, as you said, thewhitestargroup.org. Welcome back to Our City. I'm your host, Martinus Geleynse. We have today in studio Chris Cutler. He's well known for his activism in Hamilton. He's a disability advocate, an accessibility advocate here, and he's all around a pretty well-known kind of guy. So Chris, welcome to the program.
Well, thank you, Martinus. Thanks for having me on.
Now we have Chris here to talk specifically about Lynnwood Charlton Centre and the various issues surrounding that, which of course bleed into the ideas and issues of radial separation. So Chris, can you give us some background on this story?
Well, thank you, Martinez. I really think it's more an issue of NIMBYism as we experience in the city of Hamilton. Lynnwood Charlton Centre, which houses 8 young women who are experiencing mental health challenges, is really just the tip of an iceberg. It's an issue that has been with us for quite some time. Back in 1981, the city of Hamilton passed a radial separation bylaw that allowed for a 180-meter separation from lot line to lot line between residential care facilities. The idea at the time was that we were seeing an undue concentration of residential care facilities in the downtown area. Now we fast forward to 2012, and actually the statistics show that if we were to look at the top 10 neighborhoods as defined by the planning department that experience concentrations of residential care facilities, where in 1999, 10 of those neighborhoods would have been in the downtown, 6 are in the top 10. So we've actually started to see that migration from the downtown to other neighborhoods of residential care facilities. So what is the issue here? 300-meter separation because of why? Is this a planning tool, or is this in fact, as the Ontario Human Rights Commission suggests, is this simply a tool for zoning people as opposed to activity? I mean, I don't see any, Martinez, I don't see any residential separation or radial separation bylaws for affluent condominiums, for example. So if we look at the proposal in Corktown, we're asking for a facility, 8 young women, and people are concerned about the impact on the neighborhood. Around the corner, 6 New York-style condos are being built, and I would suggest would have more of an impact on that neighborhood than these 8 young women.
So now, as you mentioned, this is indeed going before the Ontario Human Rights Tribunal, correct?
Well, what's happened is that Lynnwood Charlton Centre has appealed the denial by the City of Hamilton to the Ontario Municipal Board. The Ontario Human Rights Commission, who earlier on this spring issued a warning to municipalities, or an advisement to municipalities across the province, that they should consider or reconsider radial separation bylaws on human rights grounds. We're not the only municipality that employs this approach to manage the issue of residential care facilities.
So now, looking forward, where do you see this? Where do you see this going? What's going to happen next?
Well, we can't prove that in fact the dispersal or the spreading out or redistribution of residential care facilities since 1999 are due to the employment of the radial separation bylaw. I think that in fact what we've seen is that we're seeing an eastward migration or migration to other neighborhoods because of factors like affordability, availability of services, transportation. That's why people locate residential care facilities in a neighborhood. What I would say is I think it's incumbent upon the city now to in fact rescind the bylaw, recognize the advisements that we've received from the Ontario Human Rights Commission. The Ontario Human Rights Commission has asked for standing in front of the Ontario Municipal Board because they are prepared to challenge it. Kitchener-Waterloo has in fact rescinded their bylaw. They recognize that in fact this is a human rights issue. We can't legislate where people live. I mean, at this rate, I'm going to be asking in a residential cul-de-sac for police reference checks because I want to know about the behavior of my neighbors. Why is it that we're concerned about the residents of a residential care facility as opposed to the people that live in a luxury condo or people that live in an apartment building? Is it a density issue? Is it the behaviors? Well, it seems to be the behaviors, because what we fear is increased police presence in our community or in that neighborhood. We are concerned about activities on the part of the residents, and you can't legislate that using planning bylaws. If you have concerns about noise, there are noise bylaws. If you have concerns about behavior, there's the police. If you have concerns about usages that are not appropriate, there are bylaws. But you can't legislate by using zoning bylaws where people live. And this really harkens, in my mind, back to the kind of restrictive covenants that used to exist in this city. Bigotry and ignorance can take any form or name. So, for example, we had restrictive covenants from 1910 on in West Hamilton that's indicated that you couldn't own, lease, or rent a property in Westdale if you were black, Asian, Romanian, Bulgarian, Russian, Turk, or if you were a foreign-born Greek, Italian, or Jew. And those covenants stood on those properties well into the 40s and 50s. In fact, it's said that in 1949, over $1 million, in 1949 figures, $1 million of real estate in West Hamilton, in Westdale, was covered by these covenants. So bigotry uses all kinds of ways to inhibit where people can live. And when you think about it, it's not the land use, it's the behaviors that we're trying to manage by way of a zoning bylaw.
So now, I mean, very, very quickly, because we're almost out of time here. Do you see income separation or income discrimination or discrimination based on ability? Is that kind of the last type of racism, if you will? Is that one of the last frontiers of a truly integrated society?
Well, it's interesting to see that we were trying to govern where people live by using these restrictive covenants in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and it was based on ethnic grounds. So where is our bigotry migrated? Well, it's people with disabilities. It's people that are low income. It's people who are on assistance. It's people that are most vulnerable. And what do we fear? Well, we fear activities. Activities that we fear that they engage in. We fear they're going to be loitering in the neighborhood. We fear increased police presence. And studies have shown that, in fact, residential care facilities have a neutral or even a positive impact on neighboring property values. So these are really actually straw men that we raise because of our own fears and our ignorance. These 8 young women are simply looking for a place to live.
It's clear you are passionate about this subject, Chris. Thank you so much for coming to talk with us about this today. We thank you all for joining us today on Our City. The episode should be live on YouTube tomorrow morning. And we're going to leave you with a video right now that was produced at Hive X. It was a Young Professionals Conference sponsored by the Young Professional Groups in the city of Hamilton. And it's all about the idea of what My Hamilton is. So you're going to see a lot of Hamilton's best, brightest up-and-comers in a video produced by Christophe Benfey at the Hive X conference on Saturday following this. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you all again November 5th.
I do that. Oh, sorry. I've always wanted to do that. I'm sorry. No, it's all good. All right. That's all right. Say Group 8 and then. Group 8? Yeah. Group 8. My Hamilton is limitless energy and boundless opportunity.
My Hamilton is a city of firsts.
My Hamilton is creatively redefining itself.
My Hamilton is multifaceted. My Hamilton is a collaborative community.
My Hamilton is small when I need it to be small and big when I need it to be big.
My Hamilton is a community of creative professionals that support each other.
My Hamilton is all about rediscovery. In each new community you go into, there's something to check out.
My Hamilton never gives up.
My Hamilton is where
I live. I love. I work. I play.
My Hamilton is constant discovery. Everything begins and ends with people. My Hamilton is about people.
My Hamilton is a beautiful picture of possibility.
My Hamilton is a place where your ideas turn into reality.
So
My Hamilton is an immersion into rejuvenating nature and an excursion into growing innovative spaces downtown.
My Hamilton is its natural areas. And in Hamilton we have the escarpment, we have the waterfront trail, we have RPG, we have a lot of stuff. And so I really like the easy access to all the natural areas around Hamilton.
My Hamilton is a city with opportunity.
My Hamilton is community spirit.
My Hamilton is growing. My Hamilton is a place where I can be connected to my community in a meaningful way.
My Hamilton is redefining quality of life.
My Hamilton is a strong community. Young people coming together to fulfill their dreams.
My Hamilton is a green vista filled with waterfalls, excitement, and children.
My Hamilton is full of possibility.
My Hamilton is pride.
My Hamilton is full of amazing creativity.
My Hamilton is Canada's best kept secret.
Our Hamilton is not what you think it is.
My Hamilton is a city filled with potential.
My Hamilton, energy, excitement, transformation, a city of yes.
My Hamilton is natural,
artistic,
gritty,
innovative,
layered, changing.
My Hamilton is real.
Real.
Can we do that again?
Our Hamilton is what you want it to be.